Not so long ago, I hated cooking, and then Laura happened. Who am I? Well, my name is Ruta, and I'm a Lithuanian currently living in Iran. I know! Every day, one by one, I'm gonna try every recipe of Laura, starting from the very beginning. Come, join me on my challenge. Let's go! Hi everyone! My name is Ruta and welcome to the 80th day of my challenge, where I'm trying a new recipe of Laura in the kitchen every day, and I'm posting every second day because, well, I am one person and I do need time to do, well, everything. So today is finally the day when I can try the, what was the name? Banana cream pie. Oh my goodness, this will be an epic pie. I have made, that was 3 days ago, the pie crust for it in advance, hoping that I will make the pie the next day. But as always, when you really want something or you really need something, it just doesn't happen. So I had to wait for one ingredient for all these days, but that's it. Today is the day. And as I will need to do, well, quite a lot of things, I need to start like right away. So before we get into the ingredients, I quickly want to mention about two things, I believe. One is about the pie crust I mentioned before. Now, if you can buy already, well, like pre-made one in a store. If you can, I cannot. There's just no such thing here. So I made another recipe of Laura's, which is, what was the name? It was like no bake crackers pie crust, something like that. So I will leave the link to that video in the description box so you could find all the measurements for such pie crust. That's one. And the second thing is about the cognac, which is called in this recipe. Now, I live in Iran, which has a dry law, and which basically means that you cannot use any alcohol here, because it's forbidden. So as always, I'm either substituting or omitting it, so that will be the latter case for me today. And besides, I need so little, like 1 teaspoon, I believe, so I won't even notice the difference, I think. I'm so good at calming myself down on such things. So that's, I think, everything I wanted to mention. So now, let's roll the sleeves and let's get started. We are gonna need 1 23 centimeters in diameter cracker crust, 3 bananas, 150 grams of whipped cream. For the pastry cream, we're gonna need 5 egg yolks, 130 grams of sugar, 2.5 tablespoons of cornstarch, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 360 milliliters of milk, zest of 1 large orange, and 5 grams of unsalted butter. For the caramel sauce, we're gonna need 150 grams of sugar, 120 milliliters of water, 65 grams of light corn syrup, which we're gonna make from 50 grams of sugar mixed with 1 tablespoon of hot water, 180 milliliters of heavy cream, 30 grams of butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'll start by putting my milk on the stove to warm up because I need it right below the boiling point, which I learned today is called scalded. So that's really cool. Live and learn, right? So while it's warming up, I'm gonna take the egg yolks and the 130 grams of sugar and I'm gonna whisk them together until they become kind of pale, which should take around 2-3 minutes. A workout included, good. There, isn't that pretty? It better be. Wanna feel 2-3 minutes is a long period of time? Do this. Okay, now I'm gonna add in the cornstarch and whisk to combine. Milk is ready, so now I'm gonna start adding it slowly and mixing it in, which I will basically temper with the egg yolks. You don't want to add this all at once because you could potentially, well, scramble the eggs, and you don't really want that. Okay, our job here is done. Let's go to the stove. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I have my, okay, this is a pan, but I'm using it as a medium saucepan. I'm gonna add this mixture here, and on medium-low heat, I'm gonna, well, cook it further for 2-3 more minutes, constantly whisking until it thickens up. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, so I'm trying to mix in the foam, but now I'm gonna add in the orange zest, vanilla extract, and the butter with heat off. I'm gonna mix it in, and that will be that. Love this bowl. Oh well, so now this cream has to cool down completely, and we will achieve that by plastic wrapping it and putting it into the fridge for, well, Laura says around 3 hours. We'll see. So while you plastic wrap it, be sure to touch the actual cream so that no skin forms. The cream is in the fridge. I have washed my medium saucepan, and now we're gonna make such a cool thing. It's caramel sauce. Just think, we're gonna make our own caramel sauce. Like, how cool is that? And making of it is really, really interesting. So I'm gonna take the water, sugar, and the light cornstarch. I'm gonna add them all here. And on medium-low heat, I'm gonna let this mixture come to, well, a boil and the sugar start to dissolve, but I'm not gonna stir at all. I'm just gonna whirl the pan like that, but no stirring because that will kind of ruin it. Okay, so now both things seem to have been accomplished. The mixture is boiling and the sugar has dissolved, so now I'm gonna turn the heat up to medium-high and let it cook like that without stirring for 10 minutes. 10 minutes have passed, but it's not there yet. It should be deep amber color, and well, it's obviously white. So I'm gonna let it bubble away for more, as long as it takes for it to, well, turn the color we kind of want it to turn. And by the way, as I wasn't sure if I can swirl it or not, I just kept it alone. Like, I didn't even touch it. Oh my goodness, I wanted to show it to you so much. Look, it started turning the color. It's so cool, you know, when you're making something for the first time and you're looking at it and it's like not turning the way it's supposed to, you think, oh my goodness, it won't happen. And then it is. Oh, I'm so happy. Seriously, I just really wanted to show it to you. And you know, it smells like cotton candy. Legit cotton candy. Okay, so now we're there. I'm gonna turn the heat down to low, and very carefully I'm gonna add in the heavy cream, which I warmed up in the microwave for 1 minute, and I'm gonna whisk it until it all comes together. I think I could have, well, kept it cooking 1 minute less. It would be lighter. I feel like it's a bit too dark now, but still, hey, that's caramel sauce. So now heat is off. I'm gonna add in the last ingredients: salt, vanilla extract and butter and whisk until everything comes together. Oh man, it looks more like chocolate than caramel. I hope I didn't ruin it, but oh well, let's see. So now I'm gonna pour it into this bowl and put it into the fridge as well because it needs to cool completely. Now, oh thank God, I didn't ruin this one. I totally forgot. That's how I ruin things. The cream is in the fridge, the caramel sauce is in the fridge, and my home is smelling like something kind of burned. I really hope I didn't ruin the caramel sauce. I really hope. So now the last step before just going and waiting for everything to cool down is Operation Pie Crust Rescue. Because, oh my gosh, I'm so angry at myself. I managed to, well, have a little accident and I think I lost like a third of my pie crust. So now I'm gonna try to make up for it. At the moment I was so like, well, sad and angry at the same time that I thought I will just throw away the whole thing and remake from scratch everything, but I think I will try just to make up for that third I lost, so let's do that. So I have here a third of the ingredients for the pie crust minus the sugar. I think I'm okay with that. So I have 50 grams of crackers and 30, well, a little bit more than 30 grams of butter. So first I'm gonna make the crumbs and then mix them together with the butter. There, done. Note to self, never hold a tart pan only by the removable bottom. Never. Okay, so this goes to the fridge as well, and I will meet you back when everything is cool. I cannot believe it. It actually took 3 hours for it to cool down. I was coming and checking like every half an hour or so, and it's like exactly 3 hours later, I have all of my, well, components here, the pie crust, the cream, and the caramel sauce. And look, do you remember, oh, I have some crumbles. Do you remember I told that I keep my fruits in the fridge because they spoil outside so quickly? So look, they became like all black while they were waiting outside, so anyways, but inside they're all good. So now let's proceed. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna slice these bananas up. Okay, and now should I have covered this as well? I'm gonna mix it through. Oh my, look at the color. Okay, so now, okay, in the video, Laura takes all of the caramel sauce and puts on the bananas. But in the written recipe, she says to reserve a third of it to drizzle over the top. So I don't know, what should I do? What should I do? I will reserve a bit. Let's see how it turns out. Okay, so I'm gonna put 2/3 of the caramel sauce and mix them together with the bananas. It's so hard to understand. Is it a third? Or maybe a bit more. Okay, now it's definitely too little. Oh well, that will be okay. If I didn't ruin the caramel, it will be so good. Okay, so this now will go onto the pie crust. Now the cream. Wait, I'm totally missing something. Oh, the heavy cream, the whipped cream. 1 second, it's in the fridge. Okay, so now I'm gonna top it with the whipped cream. Now I'm guessing I should drizzle what's left of the caramel sauce. That looks pretty cool. Okay, now I have no idea how I'm gonna cover it, but this thing has to go back to the fridge for at least 3 hours to settle. And I have a bad idea that I'm gonna try tomorrow because it's just too late. So into the fridge it goes. I'm so ready to try this pie. It's the next day, so let's do that. I am a bit afraid to take it out. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it, it's going out. Oh wow. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe still it went out. I totally fixed it. Oh man, pies are messy, or I don't know, I just don't have enough, experience with them. It's always so hard for some reason for me to cut them and take out a nice piece, but this one holds its shape pretty well actually. I tried to cut out that kind of, ruined piece, but look, it's holding its shape way better than what was that pie? Lemon meringue pie? This one leaked as well, but not as much. Anyways, I'm so curious to try it. It kind of looks messy when you look at it like that, but I know what's inside. It has to be really good. Okay. Enough talking. Oh man. This is so cool. It's a bit cold though. A bit sweet too. But the pie crust, I think the next time I make it, I won't even put sugar, just the crackers and the butter, because I think my crackers are a bit sweet. I could have tried them, of course, before making it. Oh well. So while biting on it, I kind of feel the sugar crystals, like you kind of hear them in between your teeth. As for the filling, okay, I just have to give it to myself. Caramel sauce making. How cool is that? I didn't burn it. Well, I don't know how else it should taste like when you make it like at home, but it's really good. The cream part, everything is kind of mixed up actually. Like you can see everything's mixed up. Everything's so good. I would prefer to, kind of keep it at room temperature a bit so that it's not that cold. It's a bit strange eating that cold of a pie. But it's really yummy. I really suggest trying it. Actually, I just remembered I have some caramel sauce which is kind of coming to its expiration date, and this will be a perfect way to use it up. I will see. I'm so curious. I have friends coming in like 30 minutes, so I'm really curious how they will like this pie. For myself, I love it. So if you want, go and check the original recipe by Laura there. The written one is in the description box below. I really hope that this was fun and helpful, and I'll see you in a day. Bye!